How about if you're going into a place trying to transform it back to its glory days in a brand new city, basically? Las Vegas Raiders general manager John Spytek spoke to NFL's Sirius XM radio down at the owners' meeting and had this to say about their draft pick.
Yeah, my oldest son has made it no secret that if we don't pick Ashton Jeanty at 6, that he's walking out of the family and he's going to find somebody else, probably whoever takes Ashton. I think he's motivated.
He's a free agent for fandom right now.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, Jack is motivated by fantasy football and touchdowns in fantasy football, not necessarily all of team building. But I love that my son loves the draft process at 10 years old, and maybe he's starting to fall in love with the scouting process. I hate it a little bit too because I know the life that he's signing up for, but the passion that he has. And he walked right into our building and basically told Mark Davis, like, if my dad doesn't take Ashton Jeanty, he's doing a bad job.
Is he in there buzzing film with you when you're watching Jeanty?
No, he goes on YouTube and he watches it himself. So
I love it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Jack, those are highlights. You gotta watch all the plays.
Complete game.
Yeah, don't be swayed by highlights.
Dahn, you were talking about culture earlier.
Who's your source, by the way?
That's funny.
Your agent.
Okay.
I was also with the same agency, so we have the same agent. You just didn't know that until now.
Sean.
Okay, so his agent Sean, it sounds like, or the co-host Sean, found out that Spytek's boy really likes what he sees from Ashton Jeanty, and how could you not after watching what he did at Boise State? But a lot of people are saying this means that's who they're taking or whatever. Remember Shane's boy we saw in Hard Knocks offseason? He was looking for
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, I believe. Kids can have a little differing opinion than, their dad. But right now, team to draft Ashton Jeanty.
Oh.
Las Vegas Raiders, current odds, plus 100. And is that because of what Spytek said in that particular interview, or has this always been the eyes-on spot for Ashton?
He has been mocked to the Raiders in literally every single mock that I've seen, whether it's Kuiper or Daniel Jeremiah or Field Yates. It doesn't matter. Like, because they don't have a running back. I don't even know if they have one on the roster. And it just feels like, that would just be the smart place or the easy place just to slot him in a mock draft.
Tom Brady understands the crucial position that is a running back. Ashton Jeanty was so fun to watch, AJ, in college. So
Did you see his pro day stuff even? Like his pro day and how he moves through the cones and drills? Like, he's so compact. A dude like that is so difficult to tackle. Like, there's no easy way to tackle.
He is absolutely
his little
stacked.
jump cuts, like these jump cuts that he makes, and then he's downhill. Like, good luck getting him down.
Remember, it was week 2. Boise State took on Oregon. It was a tough game for Oregon. Everybody thought, this Oregon team's not good. And then the Boise State team continued to play. It's like, Boise State's real deal. Ashton Jeanty might be the best player in all of football. I mean, this dude was phenomenal. Obviously, offensive line was good. But then they talk about him as a human. Chuck Pagano lives out there. Chuck Pagano, former member of this program.
Trader.
That's Pittsburgh Steelers fan Tone Diggs' thoughts, not mine. He's back in coaching with the Ravens. He lives in Boise, and he was talking about how the year before this past season, obviously, he was the guy. The year before that, he was still the best player in football, and a lot of people wanted him. And all he wanted to do was finish the job with his Boise State teammates. Obviously, they had to pay him to keep him there in the NIL world, but the way he treats everybody, they talk about him just being a certified pro day one you get in there. If you got somebody like that, definitely draft him. It's like if you knew Adam Vinatieri was going to have a 25-year career the way that he did, and you took him in the first round. How would you feel about that? At the time, you'd look like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then if he had a 25-year career of being the guy, people would be like, not a bad investment. If you know Ashton Jeanty is a pro off the field, which is what everybody says, and you can tell by his film he's going to be able to run the ball, and we're in the world where running the ball matters more now than ever, why not Ashton Jeanty in the first round early? And I hope it happens for him. By all accounts, everybody loves him.
Well, and everyone having him go to the Raiders, it feels like almost makes me think that he's not going to the Raiders. Like, that's where I'm at in the entire draft process thought. But especially with Russell Wilson, you go into the Giants, that feels like all of a sudden if Shadur is available at a 4, because obviously the Jags and the Patriots are at 4 and 5, and they're not taking a quarterback. And Brady has talked a lot about having a young quarterback sit behind a veteran quarterback to learn a bunch. And I'm not sure if Geno Smith has signed a big extension with the Raiders or what his contract looks like, but that Shadur Raiders connection feels like that might start to gain a little traction as we get closer if he's going to be available.
The draft is so unpredictable.
It's the best.
It's so unpredictable.
It's crazy, man.
Season.